What made your entire company turn on a previously respected team leader? Staff Sergeant Dalton ran our platoon for 2 years. Tough but fair. The kind of leader who'd stay late helping privates with promotion boards. Everyone respected him. We were stationed in South Korea. Pretty easy assignment compared to deployment. Normal training schedule, weekends off, decent barracks. Life was good. Dalton had this strict rule about accountability. Every piece of equipment got signed out and tracked. No exceptions. He'd say equipment accountability is what separates professionals from amateurs. Made sense to us. Nobody wanted to be the guy who lost night vision goggles worth 15 grand. We kept meticulous records. Never had a single item go missing. Then came the big field exercise. 3 weeks in the mountains. Brutal conditions. Cold rain, mud everywhere, zero sleep. But we pushed through it together. Last day of the exercise, packing up to head back. Dalton's doing final inventory checks. Everything's accounted for. We're exhausted but relieved to be done. That's when Private Cody approaches him. Kid's 19, been in the unit 6 months. Good soldier, never caused problems. Sergeant, I think I lost my cold weather gloves during the night movement. Standard issue gloves, worth maybe $40. Happens all the time in field conditions. Usually you just file a statement of charges, pay for the replacement, move on. Dalton's face went cold. You think or you know? I know, Sergeant. I had them yesterday morning. Must have fallen out of my pack. We all expected the normal response. Write up the statement, maybe some corrective training. No big deal. Instead, Dalton says, the entire platoon is staying in the field until those gloves are found. Nobody goes home. 40 guys had been awake for 72 hours straight. We were supposed to be heading back to hot showers and real food. Now we're stuck because of one pair of gloves. Dalton made us line up and walk the entire training area. 3 miles of thick woods and mud. Grid search pattern. Looking for $40 gloves in acres of forest. 6 hours we searched. Nothing. The gloves were gone. Dalton wouldn't let it go. This is about accountability. We don't leave until we find them or someone admits they didn't actually lose them. That's when things got weird. He started implying Cody was lying. Maybe sold the gloves. Maybe never had them to begin with. Getting more paranoid with each hour. By hour 8, guys were getting angry. Not at Cody, at Dalton. Our squad leader, Sergeant Vincent, finally spoke up. Staff Sergeant, we've searched everywhere twice. The gloves are gone. Let's just charge him and go home. Dalton turned on Vincent. Are you questioning my authority? Maybe you're covering for him. That's when I noticed something. Dalton kept touching his cargo pocket. Nervous gesture. Patting it like checking for something. We spent another 4 hours searching. Total of 12 hours looking for gloves in the woods. Everyone was beyond exhausted and furious. Finally, base command radioed. Told Dalton to bring us back immediately. Safety issue keeping sleep-deprived soldiers in the field. The ride back was silent. Nobody spoke to Dalton. Something had broken. Next morning at formation, Cody gets called to the commander's office. We figured he was getting the official paperwork for the lost gloves. He came back an hour later with the strangest expression. You guys need to hear this. Turns out Supply Sergeant had been doing routine inventory. Found an extra pair of cold weather gloves in the cage. Checked the serial numbers. They were Cody's gloves, the ones he supposedly lost in the field. Supply Sergeant remembered now. Dalton had turned them in 3 days before the field exercise. Said Cody wanted to exchange them for a different size, but Cody never requested an exchange. He'd been issued those gloves and kept them in his pack until they mysteriously disappeared right before the field exercise. Dalton had stolen Cody's gloves, turned them into Supply, then used the missing gloves as an excuse to make the entire platoon suffer. Why? We still don't know for sure. Best guess? Dalton was bitter about not making Sergeant first class. Wanted to prove he still had total control over us. Picked the youngest, newest private as his target. Commander launched an investigation. Found out Dalton had been doing similar things for months. Small items would go missing. He'd blame soldiers, make everyone's life miserable until the item magically reappeared. Psychological power game. Using accountability as a weapon to torment people. The platoon turned on him instantly. Guy who ate lunch with us every day suddenly ate alone. Nobody spoke to him unless required. Cold silence everywhere he went. 2 weeks later, Dalton got transferred to some admin job on the other side of base. Reduction in rank to sergeant. Career effectively over. Cody got a formal apology from the battalion commander. In front of the entire company. They even gave him a 4-day pass. But here's the part nobody expected. 6 months later, we got a new private fresh from basic training. Kid's last name? Dalton. His older brother. The staff sergeant we'd all turned on. Commander called us together. Private Dalton had no idea his brother was stationed here. He requested this unit specifically. I'm asking you to give him a fair shot. First day, someone asked him about his brother. The new Dalton looked embarrassed. Yeah, that's my brother Trevor. He called me last month. Told me he messed up bad. Made him realize he'd become the kind of leader he always hated. Said if I joined the army, don't be like him. Trevor Dalton never recovered his career. Last I heard, he got out with a general discharge. Works retail somewhere in Ohio. But his younger brother, best soldier in our platoon, made sergeant in 3 years. Everything his brother should have been. Couple months ago, younger Dalton told me Trevor calls him sometimes. Asked how the unit's doing. If anyone remembers him. I tell him the truth, he said. They remember, but they remember who you became, not who you were.